Israeli tanks once again rolled to the Gaza border on Tuesday, signaling preparations for yet another brutal escalation. Along the horizon, black plumes of smoke rose above Gaza, a grim reminder of the endless bombardment raining down on its people. For families trapped inside, every passing hour brings more fear, more destruction, and more despair. The Israeli military insists its latest operations in Jabalia are aimed at dismantling militant tunnels. But behind those claims lies the undeniable truth. Entire neighborhoods have been reduced to rubble. Streets once filled with children's laughter are now unrecognizable craters of dust and debris. Homes are flattened, hospitals overwhelmed, and innocent civilians left with nowhere to run. What Israel describes as strengthening control, Palestinians describe as a relentless campaign of devastation. In Gaza, this control means lives torn apart, children buried beneath collapsed buildings, and survivors wandering among ruins, searching desperately for food, water, or even the remains of their loved ones. And now, the escalation threatens to reach even greater heights. Israel's security cabinet is preparing to authorize a full-scale offensive on Gaza City. Officials frame it as the last bastion of Hamas militants. But Gaza City is not just a battlefield. It is a home to hundreds of thousands of ordinary people already enduring siege, bombardment, and displacement. Hospitals have been targeted, refugee camps struck, entire families erased in the blink of an eye. Each new strike adds to the rising toll of shattered lives. Behind every statistic lies a story. A mother shielding her child, a father carrying water through rubble, grandparents waiting for medicine that never arrives. Humanitarian groups warn of catastrophic consequences if the assault proceeds. Water is scarce, electricity has collapsed, shelves are bare, and medical supplies are dwindling. Doctors operate without anesthesia, mothers ration what little food remains, and children go to sleep hungry under the sound of shelling. The crisis is not looming, it is already here. Egypt and Qatar are racing against time to restart ceasefire talks, hoping to halt the carnage before Israel's tanks storm Gaza City. Yet despite mounting international outrage, despite global leaders calling for restraint, the Israeli military buildup continues. Tanks stand ready, soldiers are poised, and Gaza's civilians, exhausted and terrified, brace for another wave of atrocities. This is not only a war against militants, it is a war that has scarred an entire generation, erased whole communities, and deepened wounds that may never heal. It is a war that forces Gaza's people to ask the same haunting question again and again: how much more must they endure? The world watches, statements are made, condemnations are voiced, but inside Gaza, the bombs fall, the tanks advance, and the suffering grows. For those trapped within its borders, there is no pause, no reprieve, only survival in the shadow of devastation.